Okay. We have TealJesus playing Pirates Cove versus Nezabavno with a double cross. This guy seems to be playing Firesworn. Okay, ooh, and we got the nice, good old new board by, it's from Rogue Mage, right? This guy's running Yennefer. So we're already off to a very good start. So it's gonna be Yennefer spam with Fireswarm, it seems. So the Swarmy boys are just gonna do a shit ton of damage with Yennefer's prowess. Okay, he mauls the emissary. TealJesus is taking a moment to think. He chooses Damnation. So he's really just cutting the lower provision cards out. So this just seems to be an RNGesus deck we've got here. I have no other comment, and this is TealJesus, but this guy's playing RNGesus. So he opens up with the Eternal Fire Disciple and uses the TA immediately onto it. The opponent has quite a few choices on what to do. Neza could just, you know, play a good old turncoat, get the tempo mowing, but where's the fun in that? Instead he goes for the Viper Witcher Alchemist. Okay. Gets 3 points because Firesworn is just not that thick. Now, there is no procession, so there's no luck on him trying to high roll this one. Here, wait, let me turn off the text. There we go. That's a little less distracting. I feel like a few potential moves, either Scribe or Priest, is probably just a really good way to get points going. And he does place down the Scribe. Okay. So he's just developing more points in the row. I'm suspecting the Priest will come out pretty soon. Okay, and also the opponent, Mr. Neza. I'm gonna say opponent, but I excuse myself as I try to adapt to this. Got a turncoat, in development, nothing much. Now this guy does not have many engines. Ooh, blue's deciding. Is he playing a Neuromancy? Quite a few cards he could be playing. If TealJesus goes very aggressive, he could potentially be going with Illusionist. But perhaps it's just a more simpler card, like Scribe. Okay, he's scribing a lot. So I'm assuming the plan is to get a ton of little baddies and then collapse it with the Lonely Champion just to free up that board space. He clicks the ping. That's not really going to be stopping the Fire Disciple from discipling. And he goes for a Imperial Diplomacy. Has not the best of choices, although this is 5 tempo. Oh wait. The Apothecary is more, actually. I didn't realize that the Apothecary was 6 points. Okay, so it's not that awful of a choice. Typically, when Nilfgaard plays Imperial Diplomacy, they can run into quite a few issues. Okay, we get the Tome. TealJesus has 5 options to choose from, and he goes for the Royal Decree. What will you be decreeing for, good sir? He goes for a heavy, very heavy card right here. That's a lot of points. That might just force Mr. Neza into passing. Endless combo incoming, perhaps. Like, if this is not a pass, this guy has the balls. Okay, it is a pass. I mean, I feel like anyone rational would probably pass at this point. This could be a moment of dominance assertion going on by TealJesus. Let's see what we get for round 2 right now. So he draws his Zanero back because it's Echo. We get our Vial, and we get XCOM. Meanwhile, Neza gets Roderick, Gascon, and Bribery. So I just realized the Gascon, so we, again, very Mad Lad energy. I just love this. Okay, so he does swap Elfin Onion Soup in favor of Master Mirror. And also, TealJesus manages to find his Hemmelfart. I kind of mixed in both sides there. And of course, since Jesus won the first round, he will be playing first. I'm assuming, I mean, typically you still want to be playing 2 cards, right? Even regardless if you win or not. But I think this may be a pretty solid push with Helvide. He decides to bring back a Scribe. This might not be looking good for Mr. Neza if he does not start committing really hard. Because this is going to be a lot of points, a lot of just infinite tempo. This Casino NG file. Okay, so, I mean, Helvide, unfortunately died from cardiac arrest. So with that big of a card out of the way, what does TOG decide? Oh, he goes for the second Nero, so no more Nero in the chat. But we still get an Igor, so this is going to be a lot of units regardless. Now remember that Helvide is gone. There's no point, no way of getting Helvide back. So it will be interesting on how to spawn more units. Now this guy does put down the Rune Mage and goes for the Nilfgaardian options, possibly for more control. Gets the Amnesty, but there is no Scribe to yoink. He chooses Master of Puppets. Very interesting choice. It could be potentially good to disrupt the combo. But it just dies just like that with a good old payday bonk. It had no chance really, and right now we have 3 scribes on the board. This could be looking nasty pretty soon. Even I'm getting lost. Oh, okay, it's Aguara. Right, everything now has 5 options, which is quite flexible. Now he has to choose between, okay, does remove the Firesworn scribe instead of Igor. And is deciding on using leader, so he hits bank. So he can see the top, oh, he has an extra coin in the pouch. I didn't realize that, so he had 4 choices right there. Goes for another runestone, so again, we're really praying to RNGesus hard. Right now we are... we're getting hit with the Illusionist, which is an alright pick. I guess it could... that Disciple right there could, you know, spend that last coin pretty efficiently. No extra points needed. Off topic, but I like your makeup today. Thank you very much, son. My sister did it. And we get a leader out of Mr.Jesus. Just a decent old spender. That's the beauty of Pirates Cove. Just free spenders. You don't have to worry about what you got in hand. But he sacrifices it. He XComs it for that. Wait, that wasn't XCom. That was Damnation. Oh my goodness. He sacrifices the pirate for a good... for Mr. Helvide. Also, Timojk, thanks for the follow. We are right now sitting at what seems to be a 24-point gap. The Roderick comes in attempting to possibly roll clog the Mr. Teal. And also Vigo with a broad ranges of choice, obviously going for the emissary for that point. But still, it does block the row for Lonely Champion. So he can no longer collapse this row. But we get an XCOM to free up some space. There's no way to clog up the row now. This is going to be plenty of points. With Helvide just making infinite amount of tokens, this is not looking so good for Mr. Neza. So unless RNGesus truly blesses the round, he may be doomed. And Gascon hits, ooh, a very filthy number 2. Oh, Gascon, I love you in Thronebreaker, but you're just not pulling your strings this game. It's really just the average Gascon play. See, when my opponent plays Gascon, it hits 12, but when I play it, it hits 2. Unfortunate. But again, we're going with the infinite points, so unless we somehow... unless we somehow pull into a Raw, Yurden, or Igni, this might be the end. So you get a bribery, and there's quite a pretty decent choice with Yennefer's Illusionist. Could take down a, unfortunately it's an emissary though, but with a lot of creating and spawning, it actually is probably the best pick of all. So hopefully Yennefer's the choice, but maybe there's more shenanigans going on behind the scenes, so who knows what's getting chosen next. Okay, we do get a Yennefer, and she does have to ping the lowest unit. So, goodbye, Emissary.
Idle hands are evil's playthings.
This guy is gonna get chunky very soon. So this is going to collapse, and then Inquisitor's just gonna expand those points even further. We're over-profiting, but it doesn't matter. Oh, never mind. Our Sea Jackal is negating that. Save us, Uma, give Björden. Please, Uma, we're begging you. We know Avalak's in there somewhere. We need a lot of his magic to save this game. We got our rune right. I'm sure he'll survive. There's not really any ways of him getting removed. I mean, yeah, Payday's not... Could Payday kill it? No, it can't. So he's safe from basically everything. Tavern Brawl also doesn't do anything, but a lock... Nope, lock does not disrupt either. So we will be getting our desert treasure, but at what cost? Because this is quite the expensive game here. You gotta pay a lot of money to bribe your knights this tall. And we get a Payday. Oh, wait. He goes for the Yennefer. He respects the meme, I guess. Unfortunate, though. I'm sorry, Yennefer. Perhaps some other time. It's... Spores can get quite some value on Vigo as well, but we do get a desert treasure, and it draws Ithlin. Oh, that is so unlucky. It only boosts Goyato cards. Oh, just for 6 tempo with the Zurunrite brothers. Oh dear. It's all up to Uma now, it seems. Unless we really pray for RNGesus and get something very special. But Master Mirror is not going to be making much. As if he plays it, it will just make another Nilfgaard card. So we get Uma, and we do not get the Yrden. It is just not here today. A lot of just kind of middle cards, 6 provision types. We got a 7 provision, 6, 6, 8. Yep, they're not very spicy at all. Very difficult. The game is over, unfortunately. Okay. He does get an agitator, which is quite decent points out of all, but yep. Game 1 is over. But thank goodness we're doing best of 3, so there is a chance that Nessa could come back. Nothing to lose. We get Firesworn. Wait. Okay. Oh, we're swapping, it seems. So this time Nessa was playing Firesworn. Interesting. The turntables are real. So you got a Rakis Swarm versus Congregate. So what does this seem to be? Okay, it's just full up. It's running a deer. It's a deer swarm. Oh, it's beautiful. And it's running Kitty Cat. And then on Nez's end, we got... It's Idaran Fireswarm. So not quite the board filter. We don't have any Fallen Knights. Sorry, not Fallen Knights, but you know what I mean. The Immunity Knights, excuse me, as I don't remember cards that well. Immediately punished by the most asshole card in existence. Fred Dive, oh Fred Dive. Unfortunate.
Junior sends his regards.
So this appears to be a Crime Firesworn deck. Very interesting. Haven't seen that in a while. Quite the aggressive turn. With A-Rush. Also, man, I miss A-Rush so much. I just have not seen that card in a long time. So we're getting a Mega Scope into the second cut-up Lackey. You know, these Lackeys can produce quite a lot of points and potentially delete entire boards, but unfortunately this is not an engine-based deck. It's just kind of point slammy-whammy, and the 1-point drones can negate quite some value. Actual Wheel of Fortune, yes. Fortunately, that is true. Hopefully the Gwent Observer is working for you guys, right? Also, someone voted 750 on TealJesus. God bless. And right here, the ring is 9 points. So quite some reach. And again, hits the 1-powered unit, just not that good. But we still got 2 lackeys and they're bonded. So that's pretty nice. Another A-Rush, just very low commitment here. Maybe some engine development could be made, or Horson Senior, although there's not any crime cards to really benefit the lackey besides Wheel of Fortune, and there's no other tutors. And again, we're just doing some very low development with that, oh dear god, Spontaneous Evolution. He does pay tribute for Horson. I'm very interested because there's only a Wheel of Fortune. So this Wheel of Fortune can really make or break this game right here. Let's hope it gets that spicy 10. And that is a lot of points on the board. There could be a lot of targets. There could be a Glusty incoming, perhaps, but maybe that will be safe for last round. Unfortunately, it's hitting the ones everywhere! Oh, the Wheel of Fortune, just not so fortunate. You got a Siri Nova.
You talk enough.
Neza could pass, or he could play a Fallen Knight just to barely get ahead. He is blue coin, so he has to be careful.
Come at me if
And he does choose to stay
you
ahead.
think this sword a toy.
TealJesus, however, has a lot of, just a whole lot of reach with that Ring of Favor. Gonna absolutely bully this guy with a 17 boost. Oh dear. Yep, that 15 points, or sorry, 25 points requirement. Oh, but we're jumping in with the Helveed.
Mercy nor forgiveness.
And it's just 1 point, just to stay afloat. But TealJesus is still going. He's definitely going to be playing the Royal Decree. And what do we get? A Glusty, a Chimera, a Glusty. Well, at least there's no Glusty to worry in the future, but that is a lot of points, and that does force out the fast from Neza. So Neza's really gonna have to work hard so he doesn't get too owed here. Oh, we got Kekker in the chat. I just realized this is a Kekker deck. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm the worst observer ever. It does get Igor though, which is interesting, but he would have to pull bank for one of his targets, and he only has 2 targets. He only has a Scribe and a Fallen Knight, so I'm not quite sure which way he's gonna approach this. And plus, TealJesus, not only did he win round 1, he also got 8 tempo carryover, which is gonna be nasty. There's not that many options. Perhaps Neza could play Azar plus 1 leader charge, but that's about it. And I think that's exactly what he's about to do. And again, barely survives by 1 point. And with that, he does win this round, but it is not going to be nice. His opponent's gonna have double assay. So this could be a very sticky situation. Now he does draw a Darren, which is really nice on his side. Gets a line of credit. That's something you don't see every day. Okay, he does swap out the line of credit. And interestingly, TealJesus does swap out the spores. Perhaps he thinks that Firesworn just won't get that tall. He does run Offering as well. It's just such an interesting matchup. I'm very amused. So we're going right to bank. And he plays, oh, it's a very sad Firesworn. I don't know if that's a blunder, a misclick, or some sort of big brain that I'm just not seeing at the moment. But that is unfortunate. So he plays Furco, and then he goes for an XCOM into playing. Which card do you choose now? Fallen Knight.
Give what we demand.
Fallen Knight is okay, but there's not a lot of spawning potential besides Congregate. I feel like this match might already be over, folks. Don't love to see it, but sometimes it just ends a little too quickly. We got our Scribe, so slow and steady. And then, oh dear, Kiki Queen. It's been a long time since we've seen this beauty. I miss this card. Please, guys, play this card more. I love it so much.
Do you like them?
I don't think there's even a point on answering a Darren. There is no card to answer it with Parasite already being in the graveyard. So he's just gonna keep chilling and doing his own thing. We got Kitty Kiki. What a combo. You know, I might just steal that for one of my own videos. We do get a Dead Spores. And we get the option from Doldulok to play... What card is it? Chimera? It is Chimera. But he chooses to clear up... I'm not quite sure about that play. I feel like the better move was to consume the drone, but perhaps I'm just not seeing anything. Or not seeing things completely correctly. We get the Behemoth, which is just a behemoth amount of points. And Kitty is going to be proccing Thrive. Or right, never mind. It is still 6. We're gonna be waiting for next turn for that Thrive to come in. But unfortunately, our Congregate's just not gonna be enough. It is a lot of points, but it's not nearly enough points to win. So it is, unfortunately, a 2-0. But we get the BM! We get a BM! And of course, our last sacrifice card. Okay, the BMing ends. And unfortunately, Nezwa is out of the game. But it was a good game from both ends. So GG to both and all. Okay, here we go. Gwent's working again. It's all good. It's all fine. My head's totally not hurting. We're still back in the game. So we got Rykov versus Brightside. I think they've switched decks probably, since this one has a kind of broke. So this appears to be a Succubus deck? What on earth is this? It's just plain old Death Witch. But it does, or sorry, not Succubus. It's Weavess. Quite interesting. And then it's also a Monster's Mirror, so we got 2 Overwhelming Hungers. These guys got very similar ideas, although let's see what the premise of this one is. This one is Arrakis Queen onto... What is he Arrakis Queening? I'm not quite sure what these matchups are. So Mr. Rykov goes first. As a curse scroll for some form of consistency, probably since he's running Caranthir, he would want his target card to be an out. Now he does play Scenario, probably to win the first round. Brightside goes ahead and just decides to thin, plays a dominance card while he still has the chance. It's Weavess spam. Okay, I kind of see it now. Oh yeah, Brewis is now a thinning card. I'm trying to comprehend this. So he does munch on the card. He's just going to be continuing the scenario. He does get that Arrakis Queen going in hand. Brightside also decides to play a Haunt. So it does seem to be a Haunt for a Haunt. But it's very interesting that we're almost getting a mirror match. Not the same exact premise, but very similar. Zoom into face. Oh, you there. So enjoy my pores. Anyways, we do get the Arch Spore for even more thinning. It's going to be very good to get a card in your hand for Caranthir. So I'm assuming this is Caranthir for Dettlaff. So just a kind of mid-rangey deck. Not super memey, but it has incantation, so it does kind of check the box. It's getting spooky in here. Yeah, a little bit. So he does cast the Frost. He plays Harpy Egg, which is going to be quite a few points, so it's not impossible to get ahead. So only 3 points behind. But his blue point, and he just decides to commit later. Oh my. That is very aggressive. He is still down a card regardless of committing leader though. We also got Tristan versus Chad Owser. Who will win? Ooh. Rykov does hit the Dettlaff in head. That is quite huge for the Caranthir. No Succubus development though. And this person does not run Doldu Lock. So it could be hard. Oh, he does hit Caranthir in hand. That's very big. And on Brightside's hand, he does manage to find the Arrakis Queen. And he just opens with a humble Harpy Egg. And Rykov, of course, plays the same. Any Deathwish deck qualifies as a meme at this point. You're not wrong. You're not that wrong. Also, my god, I look scary up close. I look like a jump scare. Let me focus that camera at least. Oh, we get a pass from Brightside. Wait, I have no idea if that's in or out of focus. So they are tied, but it does not really matter what Rykov plays right now. We could play Toad for supposed carryover and just do a wild Manticore. But playing Toad could potentially stop any sort of Death Wish play from happening. It's very foggy. Okay, yeah, it's getting worse. Perfection. Let me get something to reach. The problem is, I have to, like, be in the focal range I want to be and press the button at the same time. But since my arms are so short, I cannot reach the camera. does hit a Darwin as well. This could be Brightside's lucky round, but this could just simply be a battle of tempo. This is just perfect as it is. None brought V. We don't know that yet. Someone might be having a pocket V. So right ahead, we open up with a Renfri or Dettlaff. That's going to be quite a lot of Dettlaffs, with each Dettlaff being a potential... Oh dear god, it is 18 points per Dettlaff. Quite interesting how it used to be quite auto-include, but now it does not see much play anymore. We get a decree, and it's just for a good old cave troll, probably to protect our upcoming Idarin right here. Very immersive with the fog in the game. But, oh, I think it's gonna be a battle of Weavesses. Now, there are manticores which can make Brightside suffer quite a bit with those tiny little powered Weavesses. So that could be scary for him. Manticore could disrupt quite a few things behind Defender if he's not careful. Just like that! Idarin passes. Ooh, that is not good at all. That would have been quite a lot of points, but it doesn't matter. There's still a Baya, there's still a Rakis Queen. It's still all good so far. Yasu Weavess, my queen. We also got the Gwent tournament music. It's beautiful. It's the Toussaint Gwent. I just love this song. And we get more Dettlaff, so it's all up to Dettlaff spam versus versus Weavess spam. Who will win? And we also have 1 leader charge versus 2 leader charge right here. He goes for an Rakis Queen and consumes the Weavess, I assume. Just like that, very good. And we do get an Abaya and a leader charge for this, but that only leaves us with still 2 Rakis Queens. That's not nearly enough as we want. We got a Toad for yet another Dettlaff. That is a lot of consuming we're dealing with. Same row. Oh, okay. The zooming is ended. Yeah, ignore the zoom. So we get our Abaya going and our second Weavess pretty soon. Let's get our little nest. Okay. So nothing really to say about that. Whispering Hillock plays play a Death Wish unit. So he could play many things. I'm assuming he will go for Manticore, but the Manticore is just not that good with the drone, so perhaps the better move would either be to just go with Bridge Troll, which is a lot of points. He gets Fog Light statuses. I've not seen Fog Lights in so long. I miss it so much. I'll also get a slash prediction ready. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, I forgot to choose the outcome of the previous one, my bad. So choose outcome. You choose this one. Okay, so you should be getting your channel points for whoever made the predictions. My bad there. I completely forgot about it. And even... You know, people say that the Dettlaff boss was hard in Hearts of Stone. This might be even more difficult. Okay, we're gonna collapse this here. Yeah, sorry there for holding your points hostage. Ooh, so we went for the Weavess Cat. And K-Rent is going to be a lot of points. Now, none of these people are running tall removal, so it's all about greed. So if Brightside's aware of this, he would just go for the Bridge Troll. But you never know, a random Spores could be in the opponent's pocket is what he's probably thinking. Yoinks the Maruna does not hit... I mean, Maruna only has a ceiling of 4 or 5, right? Let me double check. It's a 4, right. There's no way of yoinking that Dettlaff. So Froggo was the only way. That is a lot of damage with the Rot Fiend, though. And the fog does clear up those drone RNGs quite nicely. This is going to be quite close, but pretty much more in favor of Brightside. And again, a lot of damage coming in, just raining in with the Rot Feed, exploding all its meat everywhere. And with Brightside having last say, he could just probably go for the greediest option. But the Manticore is still a lot of points, actually. Now that one unit does make it quite horrible. He does go for the Bridge Troll, which is probably better points, actually, come to think of it. If only this weren't a 1-point Dettlaff. And just like that, Brightside wins the first game. So again, this is the first game. The last one was a bit of a mess up. So we're all good. We're all good. Oh dear.
I sense strong magic.
Okay, I'm giving a 1-minute submission period. I messed that up there. Okay, cool. So we have Enslave 7 versus... Okay, we got that Kolgrim deck again. Interesting now. Wait, is this Kolgrim as well? It's not a Kolgrim. Okay, it's just Enslave 7. Alright, double NG. Yeah, it seems to be that they're reading each other's minds. So yeah, we got the prediction on. So if you wish to just mess around with your channel points, go ahead. It's a short prediction period. Perhaps no one predicts anything. But off to Uzies. We got 10 for Brightside. So right ahead, we got the Ducal card immediately getting locked. I don't think that's much of a problem, since I don't think much Assimilate's gonna be proccing for Brightside anyways. Brightside does decide. Gets an Assassination. Not the best card, not the worst. Just a pretty middle card. Insert spider meme here. It's not the same deck, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, but he does clog him. This... the tactics could be quite devastating for Viper Witcher. But as of right now, Rykov doesn't really have that many clogging tools at his disposal. Enslave for the win, I agree. Oh yeah, I collected. Thanks for the follow. I just realized. I was a bit caught up at the beginning, I'm sorry. He does have a Sunset Wanderer ticking for him though, but it is quite close to exiting his hand. And it is gonna jump out. Now Brightside has not played a stratagem yet, so perhaps it is time. And he does play it. And he does go for the Blightmaker, which is very good for Enslave 7. Enslave 7 has a very, very thick deck. But yeah, this could be a very unfavorable matchup for Rykov, just simply because there are no... He's gonna have to do a lot... a lot of work. Wait, sorry. For Rykov? I meant Brightside. It's not Mill. If it were Mill, it'd be the other way. But this does seem to be an upward battle hill. Since he's just getting a free clog deck of his own. Talk about poor matchups. Ooh, and we get the racing. Now he does get Talvate, which means that he can, you know, finally actually play cards. So you will get, for example, Master Mirror and Ardo. I just realized the Master Mirror as well. Quite the meme. He does play Snowdrop, so I'm assuming the Snowdrop versus... or sorry, plus leader combo will come out. And it's very efficient at thinning the deck, as well as just setting up the next rounds. Brightside does actually have quite an opportunity with Treason, though. The opponent doesn't know this, but he could just Treason the Kolgrim with the Defender. And if that comes into play, that could be a very, very dramatic change in how this game goes. But the important part is, Fion has to be just big enough to kill Kolgrim. And this is not a Dogbull Kolgrim deck. It does not run Letho, it runs Rians instead. So unless that Kolgrim manages to be tinier than the Defender and placed next to it, Brightside's gonna be in a lot of trouble. And right now he is behind with 15 points on Blue Coin, which is never ideal. You never want to be behind on Blue Coin, but that's just the nature of the game. He's looking for a good Treason, but there's not that many options. The best ones seem to be 7 points between Blightmaker and Sunset Wanderers, but he does choose the pass. Now, interestingly enough, Rykop did not go for the tactical decision. Perhaps that was better on his end, since he knew he was already many points ahead. Now, we do get all the best cards, though, so we do get our Ardor, our Decree, and our Master Mirror. Very nice hand, however, this Master Mirror could be a little wonky. Now, if he plays Master Mirror, he swaps out the Treason. That might be his only answer, but then again, the point difference is just not enough, is it? So right off the head, he goes for a Gaved into, I would appear to be an Adept. Very interesting. I believe this is just going to be a 2-0. Now, Brightside could actually use Ardo to get rid of Fion, but how would he deal with Kolgrim? Is there any way out of this? He could lock it, actually. So Ardo could be huge.
Is it peace you desire? Prepare for war.
He plays leader. I don't know if he's fixing his hand. Probably getting the Afon out for sure. And he does get a Rience as well. And he does go ahead for the Defender. He could leader Defender too. That is true. That is a very convenient leader. So if anything, Ardo is really just winning the game. You know, at first we thought that this would be doomed from the start, that if you're playing a thick deck against Kolgrim, you're already Kolgrimming for him. But here we are with a man with many tools at his disposal to deal with this combo. What is this? A Defender? And interestingly enough, he actually goes with the low tempo Fion. Probably because he does know that it will just get yoinked. So he is playing around Enslave quite well. But that does not stop Enslave from yoinking this. So interestingly, he just plays the Alba. So maybe this is just a false alarm. Maybe he's not playing Kolgrim yet, but who knows? And this might just be a game where Master Mirror either has to be played, again, in a very unsatisfactory way, or don't play that. Do not transform Ardo. I beg you. Please do not. This might be a very sad Master Mirror. Either that or he's going to be popping off in the next round. So you go to a tactical decision. No, you're dooming yourself. Oh, he's doing that to kill the Defender. That's quite smart, but... Oh, right. His Ardo is enough to kill Kolgrim. And he passes. Just like that, nothing to defend Kolgrim now. Ardo is just gonna turn the game entirely. Resegway, thanks for the follow. So we might just see some spicy Master Mirror shit.
Resistance shall not be tolerated.
Oh. Right, he was stuck. He had no other option, but he could have played down. He could have discarded Master Mirror and played Enslave, right? Oh no, he played Ardo. If only he saved it. Oh, I just went from optimistic to a little... Oh, this is gonna be hard. Now, the Master Mirror is probably gonna get spicy, but still... Yikes. Just when I thought I was looking up for Brightside. It's just all down the drain now. At least he might get to see some Master Mirror shenanigans, but I think Brightside is not gonna be winning this. Master Mirror does pull him a Stefan, which could be interesting since he has an Amnesty. But really, that's a very underwhelming Amnesty of his, so perhaps he'll go for a new shuffle into a better card. And this time, he gets Kekker. It negates every tick of Kolgrim. Now, Rience could just end that career. But perhaps if he's smart, he'll just play it down now. So, let's see that Kekker go. Now, Rico could be at the top of the deck, which means... he doesn't draw the Rico. Oh wait, but he does just use Afon to kill it. Unfortunate. Oh. There's nowhere hope for Brightside. It's just over. And just like that, Rykov wins. With a supposedly very thick Kolgrim on the way. So there you have it. We are going into game number 3. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of repetition.
Those foes who would otherwise incinerate.
Wait, unless this is a different Overwhelming Hunger deck. Nope, it's just the same one. Yeah, I believe there was a few limitations here, since we did kind of cycle through everything. But it's okay. I mean, maybe this will help Mr. Brightside with the information, although I'm being a little biased here. Gotta vote for Mr. Brandon Flower with 23 points. Nice. So since the same... I mean, Brightside might not know it's the same deck. Although the stratagem does kind of give it away. But he will be playing the deck in the game that, you know, kind of crashed. So I'm interested to see how that goes, since I don't know how far they were playing that first game. I don't know if it went, like, completely done, or if they did quit. Because I did message both of them, but only one of them responded. So Roy Cup does open immediately with Weavess. There's a Death Wish card, and Brightside doesn't really have any form of control that can answer that. So it is safe, no need for leader. Bit greedy though, since there could be a lock of some sort, but there is not. But alas, Weavess just survives. No heat wave, no nothing. Brightside's hovering the maxi since he doesn't seem to be quite sure what to play. He sees his deck. I don't know if we get to see the deck in order. But this better not be the order, because Getty is way in the bottom. We're just getting some basic thinning, I suppose. I did realize that Weavess plus Archspore could be quite a risky combo, but he does get the, we do get some Seagull value. So I'm assuming that Siegfried purifies these seagulls and we'll be seeing a lot of birds cawing very soon. But nonetheless, when do you see this card go? So we do get the harpy value. They do, you know, make some harpy babies with an egg. And the seagull gets played again. This is a lot of seagulls, although he missed. It doesn't have to be adjacent unit. He would have gotten an extra seagull if he had just pinged this Archspore, so I don't know if that's a misplay. That's a Beast Graveyard deck? Yeah. Like, I do feel like this is, in terms of style points, this is more memery, but nonetheless, this is also a meme deck. So it's all still pretty decent. He does get the Froggo on the board for some sweet carryover. And Mushy Truffle for what, a Preacher? Yep, it's a Preacher. Now how exactly is Brightside gonna catch up ahead here? Since that's quite a lot of points that he doesn't have. And he might have just buried his own grave in round 1. He has a red coin though, so it's not the worst. But still, that's a lot of points. He could play the Dwim actually. The Dwim would give a Mushy Truffle and Bonded. The Offering does not do anything. So yeah, I think he will have to dry pass and just play for round... Ooh, round 3. But that's not really good, right? Because it is Seagull and you want to be playing it twice, ideally. So hopefully he still does continue to push round 2, although it is kind of out of his favor. But we really want that Seagull action. Now I'm very curious on how he's going to destroy cards and play all those Seagulls. And also all those Seagulls were doomed. Oh no. Seagull value. Just gone. Our Corrupted Flaminica. She's just not doing much hard lifting, and just like that, she does get sent back into the deck, and this will cause Brightside to pass. Yikes. Not enough beasts. That is sad. Ironically, the opponent has more beasts with him than Brightside. We got a Froggo, a Manticore. Some Harpies are not... Oh wait, Harpies are beasts. Okay, yeah. In fact, Monster seems to be out-beasting Beast. What a world. Now, will he continue to play another card? I'm assuming he could do a Neuromancy into just, you know, just a less valuable low provision card, but it doesn't do that quite either. Interesting. So moving into round 3. Brightside does have Geddyneth in this second mulligan, cards like Fukushia isn't also the spiciest because it can only play Preacher, but I guess it is still a very high value card. And it's running Axe with 3 eyes as well. It's very disappointing to see this very just flat Axel. And honestly, we did see the power of this Deathwish deck. It can generate a few hundred points left unchecked. And Brightside with basically no forms of control, it's going to suffer quite a bit. Now we do get 2 scenarios out at once. They're just gonna shoot. So he decides to go for an Neuromancy, correct? Or is that a Granther? I'm not looking at things right. Oh, it's a Granther. Okay. Okay. So goes ahead and develops it. Nothing Brightside can really do about that, so there are going to be quite a lot of Dettlaffs. I say that 2 Dettlaffs are definitely more dangerous than 1. And the Necromancy, just not seeing it. Necromancy into Twim could actually be interesting. But still, it's just not going to be points. And Corrupted Flaminica. A solid 4-point card. Oh wait, but he could play it now and make it into 6 points. Oh my goodness. So you get Bargus just munching on. The Arachis Queen is just chilling. It doesn't even need to hurry up. Just gonna chill. He knows that there's no way of answering it. It's just gonna sit on his board. Or sorry, hand. The Brightside does have 1 more chapter left in his scenario, so Mardrome plus the 2 Preachers are gonna be quite a few points. 3 Preachers, actually. And that Mardrome's gonna be proccing all 3 of them, so that is a 10-point Mardrome. If he purifies those crows and opponent kills them, there might be a chance. That is actually not wrong. You're not wrong. You're on the right track of thinking right there, Otter. But with the opponent, Mr. Brightside, just not having any form of damage, destroy, or removal, it's going to be a bit tricky. Now, Dwim is not his choice. I'm not sure which one actually plays for more points, so if any Matthews in the chat could choose between Dwim and Preachers, which one would it be? Slim one. I think that Monsters will probably win this just because of the sheer amount of ungodly tempo it's going. If this were full on Alchemy, I would be a bit more on the fence. But with a lot of dead cards like Flaminica, Teleportation, Siegfried, it is not going to be looking good for Brightside. He no longer has that punch of tempo. He's just going to have to replay his Seagulls. He does kill the rats. I believe if he pinged 2 units and then killed a rat, I think that would have been more Seagulls. But wait, does it summon to your range? Oh, they only go to the ranger. Also, Zombie Kun 8, thanks for the follow.
Relax.
And we do get a Succubus on the board. And so far, 1 has been developed, so we might see more Succubus development than last game with this deck. This is very nice music.
We're not done if you can still walk.
Brightside is deciding, but all of these are just not that amazing points. They're all the same level, in fact. So it doesn't really matter what he chooses now. What a strange play. Could just be a misplay under pressure. So we do get more Dettlaffs. That's a lot of points. Probably gonna shoot. I'm making my prediction right now. This is going to be around 120. I don't think it'll be that far off.
I'm just a sexy little cog in a fucked up machine called life.
So we do get Swallow. Swallow is a lot of points, but you know what isn't a lot of points? It's Siegfried and Flaminica. absolutely no beasts in the graveyard. And, well, Siegfried is just Siegfried. Seagull got washed down the shores, unfortunately.
I don't have a dirty name.
Yep, we're far beyond 120. Well, not far beyond, we're 4 points on it, so we're essentially on 420. But,
And demands no pay for it.
I mean, it removes the immune, which would be cool if you had some sort of tall, but you don't have some sort of tall. So Mr. Brightside is doomed. I guess we get to see a Flaminica, a very sad lady. A sad bear. Oh, we got... Wait. One singular seagull in the graveyard. Just simply not enough. Now, it wasn't as horrible of a matchup. It was closer than I thought, but still. The Flaminica and Siegfried just ruined the game. If there was an Axel, perhaps it would be a little more points. But yes, Rykov does win, and Brightside is eliminated now. For me. So we got Hippie with Mobilization, and TealJesus playing Imprisonment. Come on, now we're playing a meme tournament and you're playing Imprisonment. So, this seems to be an... Oh, it's a Trinet deck. It's a Trinet Soldier Cow deck. So for those who don't know, Germain Piquet spawns cows, Enslave Infantry transforms cards, and you can use him to transform your 1 point cows into 5 point slave infantries, being 4 points, 4 additional points per turn. Meanwhile, I'm not quite sure what Hippie is. Oh, he's playing Cintron Royal Guards? Interesting. And it's running a prize-winning cow. But Family Guy said bird is the word. It was not the word, unfortunately, that turn. Wait, so what's going... Okay, so we're doing Operator for City Guard. Very interesting. I'm guessing the Han Gate takes down the City Guard. Interesting combo, nonetheless. I'm also very curious about the Kood Kudak. Why are we running Kood Kudak? Am I missing something? Are there some sort of doomed units about? Okay, we got Necromancy, which is slightly justified, but still, why not just Peller? In fact, this deck does run Peller. Why the fuck is there a Kood Kudak? So he does make a play and does decide to play Maxi. So we get to see his deck right here. Ooh, that Amphibious Assault is down in the bottom. Oh wait, sorry, that's just the strategy. That's a brilliant way to use Hentai Sword. Ah yes, the infamous Hentais. Who thinks of these names? Okay, so we do get a Crossbowman. Man, I really miss my crossbowmen, but yep, sword does unfortunately slash our beautiful guard. Oh, the women of Kairak. Oh, cool, I'm just curious because you don't have the Thai accent. What can I say? I mean, not that many Thai people who play Gwent, right? Like, there used to be, oh god, what was his name? Was it Zeeks? I can't remember his name, it just had the letter Z. He was kind of like a streamer, content creator. He was Thai, but I believe he's finally divorced Gwent. So we do get a Joust, and that does take down our poor Kairak guard. Oh, milady, so beautiful, so graceful, sent to the graveyard way too soon. We do have a bricked mage assassin in hand though, and there's not really a way of fixing that. No other sort of shuffling tools. And the Erendite is very, very underwhelming with a horrible 1 power damage.
I can draw a Kekker on your forehead if you like.
It's never really good to have Erendite as a red coin, as this is very much a blue coin abuse kind of card. So unless you're a cyber bully, you're not really gonna get this very high early on. Now TealJesus does pass, which means Commercial Hippie does win this first round. By just spamming a lot of Kairak City Guards, I suppose. And he does get his Amphibious Assault. Plus, what other cards? So, oh yeah, Hungaith as well, since that is an Echo card. Now, yeah, we immediately remove the brick. And then we're just fixing up our hand. Okay, we got our Vreem. Some very good combos with the Slave Infantry here. He does got quite a wombo combo. But the slight issue is, what is he going to be playing for round 3? if there is a bleeding happening in this round. And also Kudak is staying. I'm so confused. Why is there a Kudak? Wait, did Hippie commit leader in round 1? I just realized. So he plays a Fisher King. I wonder what he moved. To Purified Defender for Nilfgaard. What a gentleman. I agree. So we do get an Amphibious Assault for, I mean, there is only 2 cards you can get. Do you want a Centurion Royal Guard or do you want a Centurion Royal Guard? Not that many options. So we do get Germain. He does get bled out. Ooh. And just immediately locks the Royal Guard to get ahead. Okay, okay. I wasn't seeing it. It took a moment here. Now my brain isn't that big, so do apologize for that. This got elephant in this. Okay. Oh, Germain does pass though. He can no longer make any more cows. Yikes. Centurion spam Pog, let's go. I don't think this is really... I mean, kinda Centurion, but also not. It's kind of K-Rack and Centurion spam. It doesn't really seem to be making up its mind. Now TealJesus is forced to play out this Ramon. And Hippie could just continue to bully him with just playing another K-Rack City Guard, just very low commit. Or even a Kudak just for the sake of mocking. But he's hovering Defender. Queen Adalia into K-Rack City Guard? I feel like that's not really good for such a good job you're bleeding at. He is thinking hard. And he does go for the K-Rack City Guard. So he does commit the Adalia. Okay. She's getting bribed. Now, TealJesus does have a saving Sunset Wanderers that he could potentially just use to get out, but he still decides to cling on to it. Very interesting. Because I feel like this card is a lot of points to be hanging on to. Now, maybe if he's lucky, Hippie could just pass. But I'm not sure if he will. Also, just to mention, these K-Rack City Guards are such a nuisance. Imprisonment can't do anything about it with that veil. And we get a good boy to the rescue. Amazing. Erendite is slowly developing, but it is still just a measly little 4. Not what you like to see. It's round 2 after all, so that's quite a lot of turns for it to be going. But nope, Hippie's just full committing. This might be a 2-0 in the horizon. So we got the elephant between 2 guards. So we got our crew set up. So this could be a lot of points. 16-point War Elephant coming your way. So we're just getting more slave infantries, and the Sunset Wanderer hops out. We does lock the elephant though. This is probably the moment Hippie could get out with, but maybe he's stubborn and he just won't. He really just wants to bleed out the cards. Now the Reamed is going to be quite underwhelming. It only boosts soldiers, correct? So it's not going to be boosting any mage assassins or blightmaker. From this point on, Reamed is just going to be a boost 2 card. If he does not choose to play it in round 2. So he does slap down the Kudak. You love to see it. And Ream does come in with a solid 12-point boost. That is 30 points ahead of Hippie. And how does Hippie respond to this? Does he pass? Okay, thank goodness. Now, if he did continue to play, we could be seeing some hero pass action, but we didn't get that, unfortunately. And we're just playing a pretty normal round 3. So... moving on, we got Idaran, got Decoy, and we got Gellert. And for this end, we got Geralt Professional. Why is there Geralt Professional? I'm very interested. Now, Geralt could be a very interesting tech against Idaran, but... Dawnmere. Now, Dawnmere could just get heat waved. This is a lot of control. Barely any points. Just sheer fuck you cards left and right. So we do get a dead crossbowman. Interesting that he doesn't play a more proactive Ardfian Tortoise, but perhaps he's afraid of some sort of damage output? Now this card is definitely calling in for, yep, a heat wave. And Erendite is tall enough to punish a greedy Gellert. But instead, we just get a humble city guard. And that will probably be Erendite's target. He does not know there's a Gellert coming about. Now, there is also a lock to deal with it. And Geralt could be dealing damage to a good old, good old Durin. But yeah, the Saphiri Merchant isn't really doing much, it seems.
The life of a source isn't a bed of roses.
And he does greet it. That's just asking for a lock, but nope, Erendite it is. Smite thee. I mean, you saw Kud Kudak. You never know what's gonna come out next.
Do you like me? What?
we get an emote response. Pippi seems to be in a bit of distress in this game. Oh, and Geralt in just to slay the creepy Ododaran. Yep, that merchant is not gonna be bargaining you for a win. No Geralt Pro Premium. I mean, it's not worth the upgrade since it's not that really played, despite how cool it is of a card. And with that, TealJesus does secure the first round. And with that, let us begin. Arrakis Swarm versus Overwhelming Hunger. And we got a Leprechaun Shoop. I just realized. I'm pretty sure Shoop was here before, but I didn't notice until now. That's very adorable. I kind of want to have Shoop, but I don't know. I feel like Shoop is just kind of a money milking kind of thing. So I feel like... So, wait, okay, so first of all, there's a Phoenix, and a Redea, and a Shoop. And then what is this? This is just... Okay, this is the deck we saw in round 1 with Itter. It's the Kekker Kiki Queen deck. And right ahead, we open up Wind and Dragon Egg. Also, let me just up the volume of it. Oops. Okay, I feel like that's better. I need Shoop plushies. Shoop plushies look adorable. The only plushie I have right now to accompany me is this Minecraft llama plushie. I mean, it's very squishy though. I want to press it against my face, but it's full of makeup, and I don't want to tempt this poor little guy. But for real, this is the cutest little thing. I want to strangle it so much. Oh my god. Okay. We get a good old very interesting Pred dive. Also, wait. Ooh. I'm having issues with the audio. Just a second. Streamer mode on. Yeah, I forgot to turn that back on. Sorry. We got a message from Rykov here, so I will announce something, but just give it a moment. So we got Maxi. I guess there's just not much to be played with that hand. So yeah, I'm assuming this is Arrakis Queen Spam Phoenix. I believe Commercial Hippie made me play this deck before, so it's not that weird. Now, we are getting a ton of drones on the board, though, which could be very good for Kiki securing the round. Chimera can't quite go right yet because it is Adrenaline card. Okay, we get our Cave Troll. I mean, you're not really... Let's see. There is a Parasite, so okay. There is a reason to play Defender, but... Well, you know. And then again, he is running a lock. So there is some form of control, even in this meme deck. Ooh, it doesn't spawn any warriors. I think that was... Either that was to clear up some row space, or that was a misplay. So if you played it back row, it would spawn a drone. But here's the thing with Gwent. If you consume stuff and then spawn, but your row is full, it will no longer spawn additional cards. So I'm not sure what the plan with that card was. And we do get a Phoenix on the board, and I would assume that Arrakis Queen will soon be developing it. And the fun part about Phoenix going in the graveyard is that it can just come back again. And again and again. Now, Hippie does not get the Abaya round 1 though. But he could tutor it. He very well could. But he doesn't. So he has to bet on the fact that TealJesus will also play. Now he does play Weavess Incantation though. So he's kind of greeting it out. Now he does boost up using that order, you know, using that consume, probably to play around any form of control like a parasite. And it is a smart move since there is a Wispus tribute on the board, so we're getting a battle between crones otherwise. And right now, this Ring of Favor is 13 points thick. Quite the card. We get a Decree. And I'm assuming it's either for Temple or for Siri. Yep, it's a Siri. He does have a Tome on the board, and there is a Peller! Oh, that's gonna be favorable. Now, that does mean he has to choose between... He does have to choose between either developing his Phoenix or going for a good old Peller. Now, excuse me, I think the music's a little loud. Let me just... I love the Master Mirror music, but let's not have it overwhelming the game. So he does go for a Decree, and Peller... It has to be Peller with this draw. He doesn't go for the... Wait, Abaya. Oh yeah, he did eat it. Okay, I didn't see the Abaya play, so my bad there. That is quite a lot of Phoenixes. He is catching up faster than I thought. Kiki, love me. Are you thriving? If Drake plays Gwent. And he does take the pass. It does mean he can't purify it, but it doesn't matter really what card he plays. He could just play good old Drowner. Good old points. There isn't going to be a surprise doggo despite it being a Kekker deck. More Phoenix? Yeah. We got 4 Phoenixes so far. This one doesn't run Witch's Sabbath though. Because there is one that runs Witch's Sabbath and it's somehow even more. But we're still sticking. We do get Kekker. What artifacts? Oh, it runs Doldulok, so as long as he doesn't draw Doldulok, this should be fine as a card. And remember, we do get the offerings. I'm not quite sure what you're offering and receiving, but I'm assuming it's for the Chimeras. Quite a weird pick of a card, to be honest. I mean, yes, offering does synergize the best with this deck, but should you really still be playing it? Oh my goodness, that is a lot. And I mean a lot of Phoenixes. And what do we get? We get boost damage. Wait, what's the resilience? The carryover is insane. 28 points of carryover. Ooh, TealJesus might be in trouble now. Now the Purify doesn't really matter anymore with that resilience gone from the first round. He does play in a Nero for... What exactly are you playing now? He goes for Nalfar into Vile. So that's a lot of tutoring. I mean, it's thinning, but all he has left are a bunch of kind of crummy cards. Now, the onion soup is actually quite interesting since these Phoenixes don't really matter if they live or die. Oh yeah, that's a lot of Phoenixes. And he passes with a crap ton of carry. We even got Vitality on top of the shoot. That is carryover on top of carryover. He does play A-Rush, and it is enough points. Well, I mean, with a leader charge sacrifice, but that's all good. I mean, 2 leader charges, obviously, because of the vitality. Honestly, if I played that, I would have probably made that mistake. So, it's nice to see that my audience is smarter than me. Now, he is gonna have to shuffle back this Doldu lock. Since, I mean, it is a brick for Kekker, so dude, please, for the love of God, shuffle this card. Okay, thank good. Gets Defender as well. Now, Defender, ooh, could be quite interesting since there is a Keller, so Defender really don't mean much. This could actually be quite a hard countering deck. Oh, that is a lot of Phoenixes in the graveyard. Oh! Here they come! That's a lot of Phoenixes! That is 5 Phoenixes on the board. Just a crap ton of carryover. Now he does drop down the Defender, but as we know, Hippie does have the Pel already. And boop. So much for being a defender. Now let's see. Golden Necker has a 50-50 chance between Chimera, Idair, and it has a 3 different options to hit, which is very interesting. Now he is trying to develop a bit more drones for that Kiki Queen, it seems. Which is fine. Although Kiki Queen, unfortunately, is probably just gonna be hit with a good old lock. So it's not gonna be thriving. And he is also just holding these Phoenix hatchlings. Very interesting. Does play down the Kiki Queen. It's a bit greedy if you ask me. But we all know what's gonna happen next. And bye-bye. Also, why am I hearing thunder noises? Oh wait, the music stopped? Did I just finish the entire just... Okay, wait. Okay. I'm just getting the music back on. I'd play the entire playlist somehow. Now, Hippie's in a weird spot as well because he doesn't have that many points. And TealJesus has his win con locked. And he does manages to hit the death blow with the Noon Wraith. Now, these are actually hidden points though, with these hatchlings totaling to a good old 20 points. Interesting choice for the Elf and Onion. I mean, is he gonna hit Elf and Onion Soup on the hatchlings, I presume? Also, Offering, that's a blunder. He could have played Offering onto the drone. You are allowed to actually offer your opponent stuff as well. You don't actually need to offer your own units. So that is a mistake. Ooh, the Glust... Maybe he's playing around Glusty Warp, come to think of it. We'll have to see. So we do get a Spores. It's not amazing, but it's also not... Oh, wait. But if he saves it for Glusty Warp, it can be quite huge. So I'm assuming Elf and Onion Soup are safe for these 2 Phoenixes. And he gets them all. That's a lot of points. And there's no way of playing around it with the good old Glusty. And to make matters worse, Glusty will be getting reset. So I think Hippie has just enough reach for this round.
My reason to travel, I mean.
Now, I don't know what Idair is really doing in this deck. I understand it's a meme, but he's just kind of sitting idly. Might even be more quirky than the Kudgudak. So that's for Idair. He clicks it anyways. So we do get the poison. And a very big old Spores. And barely wins by 2 points. We're going into round 3. If he goes easy, man, you spanked so hard.
High time to pay the piper.
Jesus gonna throw 2 in prediction. Oh, we got a vile matchup! Let's go! So now they're seeing each other's decks. Very interesting. So we got the ultimate RNGesus deck right here. We got the both the Rune brothers. We got Gascon. We got Blaviken. We got Cosimo. We got Shoop. We got Owler. Anything you name it. We even got Aguara. And the Land of a Thousand Fables. Meanwhile, we got, oh no, the all-destroying Yennefer Delusion deck. We've seen something like this happen before in the first games. This did not end well for the RNG guy. So unless RNG is truly by his side this turn, it can be quite horrible. Also, is this all neutral cards? Wait, this is an all neutral card deck. I just realized it's not even scoped out. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Barely here over the sand.
Oh dear God, who's the real RNGesus now? I think this one is more RNG than the first matchup. Oh boy. We do get the same opener as before with the Fire Disciple. But this is very interesting that this is a Gentleman's take. Hippies better believe in the heart of the cards. Wait, how are the predictions going? Oh yeah, a lot of people really voted in 9k poison hippie, god damn. Someone really betted their house with him. And of course he plays the RNG deck. This is what CDPR had in mind when they made Gwent. I agree. I really agree. Like, meme tournaments for the win, man. They're way more fun. Although, I feel like I might host other tournaments. Not that they're non-meme, but maybe just Gwent with a twist. Like Gwent, but you can only play bronze cards or something like that. Now we do get some Shoop destruction on this end, so we do got an amount of control. He is stopping the Disciple from making war cards. Now he's just gonna set down a Scribe. I mean, I don't know how the engine's gonna start running with this. We'll have to really see. There's only one way to gamble, all in or no balls. The Teo Slim Jesus, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Okay, we got 2 scribes. I wonder if they're copying each other's work. Please, Jesus, please, I need my points for more faces, zoomies, please. No pressure. God damn, man. Wait, what the fuck? Why is there an elder bear there? I wasn't... What? Oh, there's verification for Light of Thousand Faces. I'm sorry, guys. Also, we have Willow of the Wisp. Why the fuck is there Willow of the Wisp? Is this a card that's supposed to be chosen? No, we go into Aquara for a beautiful thaw. Oh my god. God damn it. This guy's playing every damn card in the universe. And here we got just Jesus slapping down a Grand Inquisitor. That's gonna be a lot of points. And he has quite a few tutor options. So, as much as this was looking okay, it might not be so. Also, not to mention this Master Mirror can't really play anymore unless he wants to change that Philavandro, which is quite a lot of value. I understand the pores addiction? What? The perfect match. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, Hippie does take his pass when he does have it. I mean, he is blue coin after all, so he does need to know when to get out before things get nasty. So he does spend 1 and a payday comes in. That's a lot of points, and he just pops away. One extra point. Wait. What's with the... Oh. Huh? Wait. Am I missing something? He was just 1 point ahead. There's no doggo to play around. What was that? Huh? Wait. Wait, did I see him? Did I see... Huh? I'm kind of confused. Okay, so we get Cosimo and what appears to be Mr. Habla. Okay, so we do get the wolf out. Red Hay's not looking too good either. And this guy does get Hemmelfart, which is quite the thick card. But we do get our Musicians of Blaviken, which could totally be some form of carryover. But what on earth is Cosimo? I mean, what does Cosimo even transform? Like, you don't want to be transforming also. Wait. Oh, Wither of the Wisp is a spell. Yeah, what a name. Yeah, his name is Hemmelfart. I know, right? What a name. Fun fact, in The Witcher 3, you can gain a picture of him and put it in your house in Corvo Bianco if you play, what should I call it? Blood and Wine. Doomed? Yes, he's... I mean, since this is Firesworn, there could be Doom tokens. But it is going to be intense. Round 3 for sure. Or sorry, why did they say round 3? This is just round 2. But we are roping for sure here. Okay, so he decides he's going to commit with Hemmelfart. I don't know if this is a bleed or a 2-0. We're really about to find out. But from my understanding... Wait, there's no damnation, right? So yeah, damnation could mean another Hemmelfart in the future. Now he does get a bit unlucky with the Musicians of Blaviken. I mean, it's not the worst status, but you really want to be getting resilience. And it's just a 1 in 4 chance. I meant for the horse, donkey, chicken... Oh, doomed for the... doomed for musicians. By the way, Gwent Observer should be working, so... If you are, if you're having problems, or if you're not sure about the cards, you should be able to observe the game if you're on PC. You can just hover them. It should give the name. No resilience. Damn, I can see the bias. Dude just pulled all the RNG cards in this deck. This is not the first person to do that. Our first guy, which I keep forgetting the name, excuse me, who was it? It was, yeah, Nezab. Nezab also did that. Now we are getting quite a threatening amount of points, so I feel like Hippie really needs to start pouring points down if he wants to keep ahead. Otherwise, he might get too old. So he gets Philibandrel for a good old bomb. Now it is decent since it is a range card, but it is very, very low tempo. Now this could be a potential Cosimo pull right here. Philibandrel could actually turn into an interesting card. He could become like a 7-point Renfri, but he could also turn into a 1-point Sunset Wanderers, which you don't want to see that. Don't even know what I need the points for, but hey, might as well. I mean, some people just seem to have gambling addictions. Oh, yep. I think this is where things get really tricky. Ooh. That's just gonna be a lot of infinite point loops. So I would imagine that Hippie is thinking very hard at the moment. Because he really needs to if he wants to stay afloat.
Clean that up. Dissection is science, not child's play.
So he decides to play Tome. And Tome is actually quite playable for Hippie. But I don't know if passing the tome back is a good idea. It could just be feeding into better cards. What are the banned cards? There are no card bans for this tournament, if that's what you're asking. This is just a... There's no banned deck or card. Yeah, there's no banned cards. People are allowed to play anything. But I think... I kind of trusted that everyone would be civil and not start playing the card that starts with an R and ends with a E sound. Electron 750, thanks for the follow. Okay, so he does get the Owser. And also gets a spell to play. Professor's quite a good pick if you don't ask. It can take down Scribe. Now he does get coins, but not that useful. Gets a Gascon, which is not really the best. Just 4 points. Armor doesn't really matter in this matchup. Igni would be interesting if that ever showed up. Now he does manage to kill the Igor. He got 6 coins now. I'm not sure what he's gonna use that for. And also, unlucky. I just realized he hit the Sunset Wanderers. I might have cursed him for saying it out loud. And teleportation isn't really doing anything either, unfortunately, so this might become a discard.
You are not worthy of the fire's purity.
So he got XCOM. That's a pretty decent hit. We're getting 2 lonely champions. Oh my god. It's cooldown too, so he's getting a champion every single turn. I think Hippie might be done here. I think he's gonna get too old. Full Gyro Dex DPR, I wish. He's full committing. He's leaving no cards left around. We're not even seeing Yennefer in action. He doesn't care. Ratclog? I really wish there was Ratclog, but there was no Ratclog. Yikes. Yeah, we're gonna need an Igni or a Yurden. But possibly a Miracle. Hippie, I think you might be fucked. Oh. None, Elf and Onion Soup, Teleportation, Wisp, these are very dodgy cards, and even though a Rune Ride and Dulkamani's okay, it's not super okay. Sweet victory. I mean, the game's not over until it's over, right? But I don't know how Hippie's gonna get 65 points. And it's not like Ornate Censor still in the game. Not family-friendly caster. I apologize. I mean... Oh, Owser. Oh. Oh. Teleportation value, holy shit! We're going somewhere. Can Soup make Yurden? Yes, it can, but I mean, what's the probability of that? See, he should have totally played, what's the word? The Rune Mage. Just believe in the power of the card? Maybe. Like, okay, if Ornate Censor still existed, there might be a chance. But it's not going to. Also, Soup plays a unit, right? Yeah, it plays a unit. Decides on a Spore. Oh, that is quite a nasty Spores. 14 points down the drain. Oh, and Tavern Brawl value, surprisingly. Raise Pot of Greed and draw a card. Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh thing? I'm pretty sure Pot of Greed is a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh facts at all to be saying anything. I mean, 4 cards versus 2, except you're 68 points behind. I don't think 2 cards are really gonna help with that. 5 coins in the bank as well. But you never know, he might draw like a Lambert or something. Oh, it doesn't help at all. So he does go for the Elf and Onion Soup. Oh, if it was a Drain Regis, it wouldn't do anything because it's immune. But he just has to go for the Locked. Oh, this is getting depressing. This is really getting depressing.
Gotta hand it to you. Good
We get the BM! Here it is, realistic Gwent play right here. Dude, cut him some slack, or just pass. Give him the pass, please, for the love of God. Anything more is just cyberbullying, okay? Like, you don't need to be pushing this far. Just call it. Just make the violence stop.
Masterfully executed.
Okay, we get a reverse BM, so a compliment.
Our work is easy.
He locks himself. Doesn't care. Okay, so we better be pulling a miracle out of these two brothers. Okay, something spicy, please. Please. Fucking sheer. Well, there you have it, folks. Fortunately or unfortunately, TealJesus does win this final round. So, I'm sorry for those 9,000 channel points, but whoever voted TealJesus